London micro apartments, 15 UK decorating ideas that maximize every inch. Welcome to a masterclass in urban elegance, where we transform London's most compact micro apartments into magazine-worthy sanctuaries. In this intimate journey, you'll discover 15 proven decorating strategies that prove constraint is not a limitation. It's an opportunity for intentional, luxurious design. Whether you're living in a 150 square foot studio or engineering a 90 square foot microflat, every single inch becomes a canvas for sophisticated expression. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to maximize your microspace through clever zoning, strategic layering, and beautiful material choices that make your compact home feel both spacious and utterly aspirational. Please like, comment with your own micro apartment wins, and subscribe Cover Decor channel for more elevated interior design stories. Let's begin. The micro footprint revealed. Your space, your rules. Understanding your micro footprint is the foundation of elegant, compact living. Before a single design decision, we measure, we visualize, we honor the constraints. A typical London micro apartment measures between 914 square meters, roughly 3 meters by 4 meters, with ceiling heights ranging from 2.6 to 3.2 meters. This isn't cramped, it's intentional. The goal isn't to fight the compactness, but to choreograph it beautifully, using the limitations as creative fuel. Every wall becomes an asset, every corner a design opportunity, every vertical inch a chance for elegance. This mindset transforms how you approach decoration, storage, and spatial flow. The color drenching revelation. Walls as design. Color drenching, extending a single hue across walls, woodwork, and even the ceiling, is transformative for micro spaces. Rather than fighting compactness with pale neutrals, bold color creates visual cohesion and psychological expansion. Imagine soft sage green enveloping your bedroom alcove, creating a cozy sanctuary, or creamy warm white surrounding your open-plan zone, amplifying natural light while maintaining warmth. The key: choose your color family and commit fully. Ceilings become part of the color story, not an afterthought. Woodwork, doors, and trim maintain the same hue with subtle tone shifts. This unified approach makes the space feel intentional, curated, and paradoxically larger. Material storytelling, tactile luxury in compression. The secret to elegant microliving is material richness. Within constraints, deploy luxurious textures. Soft linen upholstery on the sofa invites touch. A hand-knotted wool area rug grounds the space with warmth. Open wooden shelving reveals natural grain. Brass hardware catches light with quiet elegance. Each material tells a story of intentionality. A faux fur throw draped over the sofa arm, vintage leather cushions, smooth marble on a floating shelf beside a waxy-leaved pothos plant. These textural layering creates perceived luxury far beyond the flat square footage. The eye reads richness. The space feels elevated despite compactness. The bathroom sanctuary, spa elegance compressed. The bathroom, often overlooked in micro-apartments, can become your personal spa retreat. Soft marble tile or marble-look porcelain on floor and walls creates luxury tactility. Warm brass fixtures shine with quiet elegance. A large mirror reflects steam and light, making the compact space feel expansive. Floating vanity, 50 cm depth, creates floor visibility below, psychologically opening the space. The towel warming rail becomes sculptural feature. Small potted eucalyptus branches bring organic freshness. LED strip lighting behind mirror provides task illumination and ambient warmth. A few luxury touches, premium soap dispensers, marble shelving, soft cotton towels, transform routine into ritual. Window treatments, elegance without visual weight. Window dressing in a micro-apartment must feel weightless. Floor-to-ceiling sheer linen curtains, soft cream, 5 cm rod pocket, minimal gathering frame the window without bulk. They puddle slightly at the floor, soft aesthetic gesture plus 10 cm height illusion. Roman shades offer light control without visual clutter. Mounted inside the window jamb, they disappear when raised. Avoid heavy curtain rods, deep pelmets, or ornate valances. Instead, deploy a simple, slender brass rod, subtle aesthetic, 1-2 cm diameter, minimal brackets, and fabric that floats rather than pools. The goal is elegant transparency rather than architectural obstruction. Bringing the garden in, vertical greenery strategy. Living plants transform a micro-apartment into a breathing sanctuary. Rather than scattered potted plants, deploy vertical greenery strategy. Trailing pothos cascades from floating shelves, waxy leaves catching light. Monstera fronds create organic architecture. A living moss pole becomes sculptural feature. Succulents on window sills add sculptural simplicity. Plants breathe life into micro spaces, soften hard edges, and psychologically expand the perceived environment through organic abundance. The color green itself is spatially expansive. Living foliage against neutral walls creates visual depth beyond the room's actual dimensions. Choose low-maintenance species, pothos, monstera, snake plant, ZZ plant that thrive indoors. Place them to catch reflected light from mirrors and windows. Entryway elegance, first impression magic. The entryway sets the tone for the entire micro-apartment. A slim console table, 1.2 m width, 0.4 m depth, warm timber becomes a styling moment, fresh flowers in a simple vase, a sculptural object, a stack of art books. Narrow floating shelf above 0.8 m height displays rolled linen hand towels or curated objects. A discreet coat rail with minimal hardware, 1.2 m width, 3/4 hooks keeps outerwear hidden. A small mirror, 0.6 m x 0.4 m brass frame positioned opposite entryway amplifies light and reflects the room beyond, psychologically expanding the first impression. The entryway should feel like a gallery transition, a moment of pause before entering the main space, not a cluttered mudroom. Reflective surfaces, strategic placement for expansion. Mirrors and reflective surfaces are invisible architects of spatial expansion. A large statement mirror, 1.4 m x 0.9 m, opposite the window bounces natural light deep into the flat. A secondary smaller mirror on an adjacent wall creates cross-reflection, multiplying luminosity. Brass hardware throughout catches and scatters light in warm micro-reflections. The strategy isn't to clutter with mirrors, but to position them architecturally opposite light sources, at angles that maximize reflection depth, in frames that contribute aesthetically rather than distract. Even glossy white cabinetry and polished marble surfaces contribute to this reflective strategy, creating subtle surface variation that plays with light and shadow. Scent as invisible luxury. Olfactory design. Luxury living engages all senses. Beyond visual elegance, deploy carefully chosen scents to create invisible luxury. Fresh herbs on kitchen shelves, basil, rosemary, release subtle fragrance into daily air. Fresh flowers, pampas grass, eucalyptus add botanical scent. Premium candles, unscented seeming but sophisticated, cedarwood, moss, minimal fragrance, create olfactory anchoring without overwhelming. Avoid artificial air fresheners. Instead, let natural scents emanate from living elements. The herb garden becomes multisensory, visual green architecture, fresh culinary access, and gentle aromatic presence, creating holistic environmental richness impossible to achieve in larger spaces where scent disperses. Personal expression, authentic styling within constraint. The most elegant micro-apartments reflect their inhabitants' authentic personality, not a generic designer aesthetic. Within minimalist restraint, express your story. A collection of travel souvenirs displayed on one shelf, limited quantity, carefully curated. Artwork by a friend or favorite contemporary artist. A vintage object inherited and cherished, handmade ceramics reflecting a hobby or passion. These personal elements, integrated thoughtfully into the restrained palette, create authenticity that transforms the space from model flat into home. The key: limit personal objects to 3-5 meaningful pieces, display them with intention and breathing room, allowing each to command presence. Authentic spaces feel more luxurious than generic perfection because they tell a story, your story. Building a micro-living community, shared inspiration. The micro-apartment journey is most rewarding when shared with others experiencing similar constraint as creativity. Online communities, local tour, design salons in small spaces. These gatherings celebrate that living small doesn't mean living small-minded. Hosting intimate dinners in a microflat becomes ritual. Careful menu planning, simple, elegant, table setting transforms available space into gallery moment. Guests experience the constraint as elegance philosophy firsthand. The micro-apartment becomes architectural statement, not apologetic compromise but intentional choice reflecting values, simplicity, sustainability, authenticity, intentionality. Building community around microliving reinforces that small is beautiful philosophy, connecting inhabitants across cities who have chosen elegance over expanse. Technology for connection, intentional digital living. While physical space is constrained, digital connection offers unlimited expansion. Video calls with distant friends and family transform the micro-apartment into shared gathering space. Online design communities provide inspiration and validation. Virtual museum tour bring world culture into compact quarters. The goal: technology serves intentional connection rather than passive consumption. Limit social media scrolling. Instead, use digital platforms for meaningful interaction. The micro-apartment philosophy extends to digital life. Intentionality over consumption, connection over collection, presence over distraction. Technology becomes invisible infrastructure supporting authentic relationship building and growth, not aesthetic compromise or entertainment addiction. Your micro-apartment legacy, building for meaning. A beautifully designed micro-apartment becomes a legacy, a statement of values, proof that elegance isn't measured in square footage, evidence that simplicity can contain richness. When guests enter your compact home, they experience a different paradigm. That less truly is more, that constraint breeds creativity, that intentional living trumps consumption. They see that a 150 square foot space can feel abundant, that limitation enables rather than restricts, that authenticity embedded in physical space communicates without words. Your micro-apartment becomes inspiration, not apologetic compromise but aspirational choice. The legacy isn't the space itself, it's the philosophy it embodies, transmitted to everyone who crosses the threshold. Micro-living future vision, emerging trends. The micro-apartment movement continues evolving. Emerging trends include co-living communal spaces, individual microflats plus shared kitchen living workspace, adaptable architecture walls that reconfigure ceiling height variable, smart micro-furniture fold-away beds with integrated storage plus technology, biophilic design emphasis walls of living plants indoor gardens, wellness-forward design air quality prioritized acoustic treatment standard, and modular building systems, microunits stacking into diverse configurations. Future micro-apartments will likely feature improved acoustic technology, larger windows, natural light priority, improved ventilation, air quality focus, and greater flexibility. The philosophical foundation, constraint as creativity, intention as architecture, remains constant, but technological innovation and design evolution continue refining how elegantly we inhabit compact spaces. The future of microliving looks intentionally creative, technologically sophisticated, and deeply human-centered. Your micro-apartment journey begins. Next steps, now it's your turn. Begin with honest self-assessment. Do you genuinely value restraint? Can you embrace constraint as creativity? Are you willing to be intentional about every object? If yes, then start. Begin with a single strategy, perhaps color drenching, lighting layering, or vertical storage. Implement thoughtfully, observe how that shift transforms your space and perception. Document your journey. Photograph your micro-apartment before and after, journal your ritual observations, share your process with the microliving community, online forums, design salons, local gatherings. The micro-apartment movement thrives through shared inspiration. The end and the beginning, your micro-apartment awaits. This video ends, but your micro-apartment journey is just beginning. The space you inhabit, whether it's 90 square feet or 150, whether it's a London basement flat or a compact city studio, holds infinite potential for intentional living. The constraint you initially perceived as limitation, you'll discover, is actually liberation. Freedom from excess, clarity in simplicity, abundance in intentionality. The micro-apartment isn't about sacrifice, it's about priority. It's about choosing what matters and releasing what doesn't. It's about proving to yourself and to the world that elegance, comfort, authenticity, and luxury